Happy Friday. We have a huge 14-game MLB DFS slate tonight, so let's not waste any time and get right into the core picks to make you some money heading into the weekend, whether you're playing on FanDuel or DraftKings. As always, RotoChill's extensive research tools help set the foundation for these plays. Rotoc is the ultimate DFS assistant, combining all of the stats, trends, and research tools you need into a convenient and user-friendly format that cuts the difficulties out of your research and gets you the money in your pocket quicker and with less hassle than any other DFS platform. And if you're looking for even more insight into the DFS world, Rotoc University has you covered. There you learn strategies, bankroll management, contest selection, and how to put together winning lineups to take your daily fantasy game to the next level. Before you get to the plays, don't forget to give me a follow on Twitter @MikivEch for more MLB daily fantasy content. I'm always down to answer your questions, so be sure to hit me up there and get a conversation going. More DFS, SN DFS, Lineup Builder, MLB DFS Picks, FanDuel, DraftKings core plays for Friday, April 27th. Jacob deGrom, P. Mets at Padres, DK, $12,400, FD, $10,600. It's all about deGrom today. I know there are some other top options you'd love to play on any other slate, but I do think deGrom has the significant advantage, even as the second highest priced pitcher on both sites. Not only does deGrom have the best K9 on the slate, but he also has the best matchup, with the Padres striking out more than any other team so far in 2018. Not to mention San Diego rolls out a righty-dominated lineup, which deGrom has traditionally excelled against, seeing his strikeout numbers increase even further when matched up with righties. deGrom's also playing in one of the most pitching-friendly parks in the majors, so plug him in as your SP1 across all of your lineups, and find other ways to be contrarian in GPPs. Aaron Judge, of Yankees at Angels, DK, $5,400, FD, $5,100. The Yankees may be on the road, but Judge can hit home runs in any park, and I think he has a strong chance of doing so tonight, making him my top play for today's slate. The Yankees have been rolling, and this lineup can put up numbers from top to bottom, so much so that we've seen Judge consistently pay off his expensive top price tag, even on nights he doesn't go yard. Everyone thinks of the big guy as a power hitter, of course, but his size often plays a role in discrediting how good his eye is at the plate. Judge comes into tonight with a whopping .541 WOBA in his past 50 at-bats against left-handed pitchers, an insane number to see for any player, let alone a massive home run hitter. Even with Clayton Richard being a primarily ground ball pitcher, I love the matchup. Richard gives up the major sixth most amount of hard contact, while also having the fourth worst HR to FB rate in the MLB. That's not a good formula for stopping Judge. Find a way to pay the price. Teoscar Hernandez, of Blue Jays vs. Rangers, DK, $3,700, FD, $3,500. Batting at the top of the Blue Jays lineup may be more valuable than we initially expected at the start of 2018, so this looks like a good place to target price inefficiencies early in the season. The Blue Jays opened with the highest implied run total on the slate, so there's no doubt they are expected to bring it to Mike Minor, who is due for some negative regression. You all know my brand, but if you're new here, I'll spell it out once more. I love rostering young players as my values. Give me a raw, emerging talent who's still putting the pieces together over a mediocre veteran every time. We need big scores for big checks, so we need to target ceilings, not floors. Hernandez is a player on his way up, already putting up their homers, 5 extra base hits, and 10 RBIs in only 11 games since being called up from AAA. People forget, he was actually an Astros prospect that was in their highly coveted, loaded farm system, so despite not getting the same amount of attention in the minors as some of the other prospects being called up in April, he really shouldn't be overlooked with this ability, at this price tag. This is a player who is major league ready but still fighting to remain on the big league roster. I like a talent with something to prove. You know he's battling every at-bat to make a name for himself, and that means he's working hard to score his fantasy points in the process. Danny Valencia, 3B, Orioles vs Tigers, DK, $2,700, FD, $2,200. The Rotok Optimizer really likes Valencia, and despite my early hesitation toward playing any Orioles, it's hard to make a case against these trusted tools, and even more so when the top-ranked value on the slate is also on the team projected for the highest implied run total. Baltimore plays at home tonight in a matchup with Mike Fiers, so there is a strong argument to be made for looking past their early 2018 struggles. Valencia has started to heat up lately, going yard in 2 of his past 4 games, so you have to like the positive regression the Orioles are starting to show. The problem with Valencia is that he's definitely a boom-or-bust type player who could easily wind up striking out a few times and underperforming. But he's cheap, and in what looks to be a great spot on paper, and we need some cheap bats to get up to DeGrom and Judge. It's often difficult to find Valencia's type of power at this cheap of a price tag, so it's worth the risk of hoping he hits one deep, which would smash his value and put the rest of your lineup in a great position to cash out.